भजहु रे मना भजहु रे मना श्रीनंदनंदन अभय चरणारविंदरे दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे तारो होए भव सिंधुरे तारो होए भव सिंधुरे तारो सीतया तप बाट बरीसन हे दिन जामिनी जागे रे सीतया तप बाट बरीसन हे दिन जामिनी जागे रे विफल से विनो कृपा न दुर्जना विफल से विनो कृपा न दुर्जना चपल सुकल बला गिरे चपल चपल सुकल बला गिरे चपल ये धनयवन पुत्र परिजन हिते किया छे परती तीरे हे धनयवन पुत्र परिजन इते के आचे पर तीरे धनया कमल दल जल जीवन तलमल कमल कमल दल जल जीवन तलमल कमल दल जल जीवन तलमल कमलदल जल जीवन तलमला कमलदल जल जीवन तलमला कमलदल जल जीवन तलमला बजहु हरिपदनी तीरे बजहु हरिपद बजहु हरिपदनी तीरे बजहु श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवना दास्य रे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवना दास्य रे श्रवण कीर्तन पूजन सखी जनात्मनिवेदन पूजन पूजन सखी जनात्मनिवेदन गोविंद दासय बिलास रे गोविंद दासय गोविंद दासय बिलास रे गोविंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadramaya, Jaya Sudarshana, Jaya Jag. Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. We'll read the translation. O mind, just worship the lotus feet of the son of Nanda, which make one fearless, having obtained the rare human birth, cross over this ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly persons. Both in the day and night I remain sleepless, suffering the pains of the heat and cold, the wind and the rain. For the fraction of flickering happiness, I have uselessly served wicked and miserly men.
What assurance of real happiness is there in all of one's wealth, youthfulness, sons and family members? This life is tottering like a drop of water on a lotus petal. Therefore, you should always serve and worship the divine feet of Lord Hari.
It's the desire and great longing of Govinda Dasa to engage himself in the 9 process of bhakti, namely hearing the glories of the Lord Hari and chanting those glories, constantly remembering him and offering prayers to him, serving the Lord's lotus feet, serving the Supreme Lord as a servant, worshipping him with flowers and incense and so forth, serving him as a friend and completely offering the Lord one's very self.
Srila Govinda Das Kaviraj ki jai. Grandharaj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye. Hare Krishna. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, second canto, first chapter, text number 38. Chapter entitled The First Step in God Realization. Yan Asu Ishvara Vigrahasya Yaha Sanniveshaha Kataitaha Maya Te Sandaryate Asmin Vapusi Virat Stavishte Manaha Svabuddhaya Na Yataha Asti Kinchit Yanasa Vishwara Vigrahasya Yanasa Ishvara Vigrahasya Yahasanniveshah Katito Mayate. Sorry. Yasanniveshah Katito Mayate. Sandharyatesmin Vapusi Staviste. Sandharayet esmin Vapusi Staviste. Manasva Buddhaya Nayatosti Kinchit. Manasva Buddhya Nayatosti Kinchit. Yanasa Vishwara Vigrahasya Yasannivesha Katito Mayate. Sandaryatesmin Vapusi Staviste. Manasva Buddhya Nayatosti Kinchit. Manasva Buddhya Nayatosti Kinchit. Yanasa Vishwara Vigrahasya Yasannivesha Katito Mayate. Sandharyatesmin Vapusi Saviste. Yanasa Vishwara Vigrahasya Yasannivesha Katito Mayate. Sandharyatesmin Vapusi Staviste. Manasva Buddhya Nayatosti Kinchit. Yanasa Vishwara Vigrahasya Yasannivesha Katito Mayate. Sandharyatesmin Vapusi Staviste. Manasva Buddhya Nayatosti Kinchit. यानसावीश्वरविग्रहस्य यः सन्निवेशः कथितो मया ते सन्धार्यतेऽस्मिन् वपुषि स्तविस्ते मनस्वबुद्ध्यानयतोऽस्ति किञ्चित्. Thank you. Yan, all this. So that Ishvara, Supreme Lord, Vigrahasya, of the form, Yaha, whatsoever, Sanniveshaha, as they are located, Katitaha, explained, Maya, by me, Te, unto you, Sandharyate, one may concentrate, Asmin, in this, Vapusi, form of Virat, Savishte, in the gross, Manaha, mind, Swabuddhya, by one's intelligence, Na, not, Yataha, beyond him, Asti, there is, Kinchit, anything else. Translation. I have thus explained to you the gross material gigantic conception of the personality of Godhead. One who seriously desires liberation concentrates his mind on this form of the Lord, because there is nothing more than this in the material world. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.10, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has verily explained that the material nature is only an order-carrying agent of His. She is one of the different potencies of the Lord, and she acts under His direction only. As the Supreme Transcendental Lord, He simply casts a glance over the material principle, and thus the agitation of matter begins, and the resultant actions are manifested one after another by 6 kinds of gradual differentiations. All material creation is moving in that way, and thus it appears and disappears in due course. Less intelligent persons with a poor fund of knowledge cannot accommodate the thought of this inconceivable potency of the Lord Sri Krishna, by which He appears just like a human being. Bhagavad Gita 9.11. His appearance in the material world as one of us is also His causeless mercy upon the fallen souls. He is transcendental to all material conceptions, but by His unbounded mercy upon His pure devotees, He comes down and manifests Himself as the personality of Godhead. Materialistic philosophers and scientists are too much engrossed with atomic energy and the gigantic situation of the universal form, and they offer respects more seriously to the external phenomenal feature of the material manifestations than to the nominal principle of the supreme spiritual existence. The transcendental form of the Lord is beyond the jurisdiction of such materialistic activities, and it is very difficult to conceive that the Lord can be simultaneously localized and all pervasive, because the materialistic philosophers and scientists think of everything in terms of their own experience. Because they are unable to accept the personal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Lord is kind enough to demonstrate the Virata feature of His transcendental form. And here in Srila Sukadeva Goswami has vividly described this form of the Lord. He concludes that there is nothing beyond this gigantic feature of the Lord. None of the materialistic thoughtful men can go beyond this conception of the gigantic form. The minds of the materialistic men are flickering and constantly changing from one aspect to another. Therefore, one is advised to think of the Lord by thinking of any Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The minds of the materialistic men are flickering and constantly changing from one aspect to another. Therefore, one is advised to think of the Lord by thinking of any part of his gigantic body, and by one's intelligence only one can think of the man, the animal, the demigod, the bird, the beast, or anything else. Each and every item of the material manifestation entails a part of the body of the gigantic form, and thus the flickering mind can be fixed in the Lord only and nothing else. This process of concentrating on the different bodily parts of the Lord will gradually diminish the demonic challenge of godlessness and bring about gradual development of devotional service to the Lord. Everything being a part and parcel of the complete whole, the neophyte student will gradually realize the hymns of Ishopanishad, which state that the Supreme Lord is everywhere, and thus he will learn the art of not committing any offense to the body of the Lord. The sense of God mindedness will diminish one's pride in challenging the existence of God. Thus, one can learn to show respect to everything, for all things are parts and parcels of the Supreme Body. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tatati Supatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshta Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lilita Shri Vishakan Vitamshta Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swam Itinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarupishta Kripa Sindhavevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dena Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Navastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karavati Vajanam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripata Muhammad Shri Gurum Dinadarana Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishvara Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vikas Swami Dinamya Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone again for Bhagavatam class. So I pray at the lotus feet of all the Vaishnavas who are present here, and Srila Prabhupada and Radha Madhav, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra and Gaur Nitai. I seek their blessings so that I can speak something from this verse today. Yanasa Vishwara Vigrahasya Yas Sannivesha Katito Mayate Sandharyate Smin Vapusi Saviste Manasvabuddhya Nayatosti Kinchit. Translation once more. I have thus explained to you the gross material gigantic conception of the personality of Godhead. One who seriously desires liberation concentrates his mind on this form of the Lord, because there is nothing more than this in the material world. So here I can see from the previous verses, Sukadeva Goswami is advising Pariksit Maharaj. He is explaining about the whole universal form of the Lord, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, which is spread everywhere. It's everywhere. I mean, what all we see in this material world, which is very splendorous and very amazing, just like beauty of the nature. For a materialistic people, They appreciate that. And they also worship the nature. And by this, there is no any loss. Because that is a gradual appreciation they do, and by that they come to one platform where they will understand that there is Supreme Lord who has created this nature. And who is that nature actually? Because this whole material creation, this whole galaxy, this whole solar system, everything is nothing but Lord's expansion. As Srila Prabhupada writes here from Bhagavad Gita 9.10, what is that verse? Maya dyakshena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. So what Krishna is saying here? Maya dyakshena prakritihi. So maya dyakshena. In Telugu there is a word, na advaryamlo. So similarly Krishna is saying maya dyakshena. Maya dyakshena. So everything is under my control. Everything is emanating from me. Maya dyakshena prakritihi. What is emanating? This is my whole material creation. Is all emanating from Krishna. And nothing is separate. Nothing is separate from Him. Everything is His expansion. We know how this creation happens. In the beginning of the creation, when Karana Daksha Vishnu is lying in the Karana ocean, just by his breathing, when he breathes out, all the universes, all the Brahmandas actually, Brahmandas, they come out from his nostrils. And just by his glance over the material nature, over the Mahat Tattva, actually, unmanifested creation, that is Mahat Tattva. When he glances over it, then everything gets manifested. Bhumi rapo nalo vayu kamano buddhire evacha ahankara iti amme binna prakriti rashtadaha. All this, everything manifests from that Mahat Tattva. So each and every, for example, the earth manifestation is one layer of this material creation. Then fire, then ether, then air, everything, there is one layers of this material creation. So nothing is above this. No? Nothing, there is nothing else actually. This material creation is all about bhumi rapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara itiyamme binna prakriti rashtata. So this material world, even you can see our own body itself. There is fire, earth, water, air and ether. So even our own body is made up all these things. So this whole material creation also is the same as it is. So just by the glance, as in the purport Srila Prabhupada writes, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has verily explained that the material nature is only an order-carrying agent of His. So material nature is order-carrying agent. So Prakriti means she, Purusha means the Supreme Lord. So by the agitation, just by casting a glance over the material principle, this material principle is Mahat Tattva, and thus the agitation of the matter begins. Just like the cloud, Mahat Tattva is compared like a cloud. When the cloud gets agitated, when the cloud is very thick and dark, so then we understand that it's going to rain. So then the rain element comes out, water comes from the clouds. So similarly, by the glance of the Supreme Lord on the Mahat Tattva, all the material elements, all the 24 elements, the gross elements, subtle elements, everything get manifested. and the resultant action and the manifestation are the manifestation one after another, the kinds of gradual differentiations. All material creation is moving in that way, and thus it appears and disappears in due course. And when as I said, when Karanodakshaya Vishnu, he breathes out all the creation, it gets, all the Brahmandas comes out, and in each Brahmanda, then again his another form, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, enters into each universe, and then again the Lord expands into within each living entity he enters as Paramatma, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya. So Lord is expanding. So there, in this material universe, there are unlimited living entities, and Lord has expanded him as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, as Paramatma, into each and every living entity. So by this we can understand that there is nothing which is not connected to Lord. This whole material creation. So that is actually the universal form. That everything, what we see in this universe, all the beauty in this universe, the sun, the moon, whatever looks amazing, and whatever looks like a mystic to us is all but Krishna himself. But it is a material manifestation. So Srila Jiva Goswami also explains, he gives a commentary about universal form, that there is nothing wrong, materialists and atheists, if they concentrate on the universal form, because it is Lord himself. By the gradual concentration on the universal form, so they will come to some point. That's a gradual, by purifying themselves, by purifying themselves, they come to one platform that, this is created by the Supreme Lord. This whole Prakriti is created by the Supreme Lord. So he says there is no loss in concentrating. But the actual form of the Lord is behind, actually. As Srila Prabhupada writes here, that the actual form of the Lord is the 200 form of the Lord, which is Shama Sundara Rupa, the beautiful form of the Lord. So they come to that platform also is not so easy for them, because we see the materialistic so-called intelligent people, they keep on trying to measure this material, they're trying to manipulate this material nature to understand what is behind this. What is the work of the scientists? They try to measure, keep on measuring. But will they end somewhere? Will they conclude somewhere? No. Do they have any complete knowledge of this creation? No. There are n number of theories we can see in the science. There are n number of theories. The famous theory is Big Bang theory. Now what is the idea behind this Big Bang theory? That there was some small matter. It started small spark, and it started expanding, and then it got exploded, and then everything expanded. Now everything took form. Then all the living entities came out like this. This is the explanation. The actual explanation I can give you. One second. The Big Bang is how astronomers explain the way the universe began. It is the idea that the universe began as just a single point, then expanded and stretched to grow as large as it is right now. And it is still stretching. So it is still stretching. The universe is still So it means that no, they have not. There is no any conclusion for them. There is no any proper explanation. We can see. There was one science student. I have that. I have that video actually, but I cannot play this with this phone. So, but I can make you all hear this. The student asks the scientist. He was Nobel. He got a Nobel Prize. Famous scientist. I don't know what is his name. No, not Einstein. Some scientist, some modern scientist. I can make you hear this.
Hi, I'm James. I'm studying physics for GCSE and I want to know what caused the Big Bang.
Well, James, you're studying for the GCSE and you want to know what caused the Big Bang? Well, I would like to know too. So obviously I can't really tell you. We imagined that there was some original material, maybe a small volume of material that started to expand. But we're guessing what made it do that. Now, the evidence that we have is that the universe is expanding, and we have ideas about how the forces of nature work. But so far, there's an awful lot of guesswork here, and it's certainly not conclusive. Maybe you'll figure this one out yourself when you come through school.
Certainly, it is not conclusive. He's saying, we can see he's using a words like, I guess, it may be like that, maybe like this. But he's not properly, he's trying to explain. There's another. Sorry.
Physicists say that the universe was created in a Big Bang 13.7 billion years ago. But then the question is, why did it bang? What set off the bang? We don't know.
We don't know.
It's a big mystery. Well, the answer is a Higgs-like boson set off the Big Bang. It put the bang in the Big Bang. See, the purpose...
So, you can see how they are explaining. So they're like this, there are so many, they do so much mental speculation about this creation of this universe. But there is no any proper conclusion. Till now, there is no any proper explanation from the scientist. If you go and ask any scientist, he will answer similarly. Actually, we don't know, they will say. Then again he says something, blah, 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 blah. So, but we know from the supreme transcendental science, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that how this whole creation took place. Mayādyakṣena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam. Just in one verse, Krishna is explaining who is the proprietor of, who is the creator of this material nature. So less intelligent persons with poor fund of knowledge cannot accommodate the thought of this inconceivable potency of the Lord Sri Krishna. So with the tiny, with the small tiny brains, what they can understand. So everything they want to put in their own tiny box and they want to give a conclusion, but that is not possible because it is inconceivable potency. Supreme Lord's potency is inconceivable. So material nature, we can see the sun. Every day, it rises and gives such a bright light. We can see if sun is somewhere else, and now we can see the sun is somewhere else on the sky and covered by the clouds, but still there is light. Still there is daylight. So how powerful is the sun? How powerful is the moon? And we are on this earthly planet, we can see how powerful it is. So just by this we can understand, just by the elements of the material nature, earth, water, fire, ether, can anyone create this? Can anyone create these things? No. It is not in our hands actually. It's all given by the Lord Himself. This whole material creation. So it is inconceivable actually. It cannot fit in our tiny brains to understand this whole material creation. So the only way to understand is by approaching the proper spiritual teacher, proper guru who can who has studied these Vedic scriptures and who can explain this properly. Only it is possible. Only it is possible by their mercy. And still it is difficult to understand because our knowledge, our capacity to understand those things is very less. Especially in Kali Yuga, it is very, very difficult to understand. There was one brahmachari devotee who gave classes on about the creation. His name is Damodar Prabhu, one of God brother. He gave classes to the brahmacharis, other brahmacharis. He was explaining and he was trying to show a PPT presentation on the creation of the spiritual worlds, Goloka Vrindavana and Vaikunta and material creation. He was explaining and somewhat the brahmacharis could get it. They could understand. But the same thing, same seminar he took for the Gurukul boys. So it was, he was saying that more than the brahmacharis, the Gurukul boys, they grasped it very nicely. They could get it very nicely. So we can see that we have so many things to teach to the children actually. But unfortunately, the situation occurs when we see our material, so-called material zones, material situation which we are in, modern situation. So we have to send them forcefully, we have to send them to the schools instead of teaching the science of this Christian. And they go to schools and what they study there? About the solar system. They draw it. And so many, 9 planets. There's 9 planets. They name the planets. And the teacher will give marks. And that's it. That is a solar system. And who is the creator? Who is the maintainer? Who is the annihilator? There is no any knowledge. So that's what the children are studying at home. So at the school. So in this way also we are unable to actually the proper students, the youngsters, when we are young, we can understand more better actually. We can grasp more better. So, but unfortunately in the young age, we are going and learning Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa, and Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Unfortunately. And it is all destroying our propensity to understand higher subject matters. And later when they become IITians, when we go and ask them about such things, they don't have any idea. They simply say, we don't know. Because they were not trained, they were not taught about this creation, how this creation took place. So it is our duty, as Srila Prabhupada said, it is our duty to develop Gurukulas where we can teach children about these things. As I was saying, that Srila Prabhupada writes here that he quotes 9.11 Avajananti maam muda manushim tanum ashritah param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. So what is the translation of this verse? Avajananti maam muda. Fools deride me when I come as a human, in the form of a human being. Actually, Krishna's form also is like us, 2 hands, 2 legs. But his form is transcendental. So that's why less intelligent fools, they deride Krishna. They say simply, he's like us. But who is actually Krishna? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The first verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam explains, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya Yataha. So everything is emanating from him. Everything is coming from Janma Adiyasya. He is the beginning and he is the end. That is Krishna. So there is no one above him or no one who can control him. He is the supreme controller. Swarat. Janmadhyasya yatonvayat itaratas charteshva vignana swarat. He is the supreme controller. He is a controller of everything. He is a creator of everything. He is an annihilator of everything. So we need proper person who can give this knowledge. Proper guru. Unless and until we approach a spiritual master and serve him, tadviddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshana. It is difficult for this materialist and atheist to come to the proper conclusion. They will be keep on going on, researching. Materialists anyway, they are behind sense gratification. They are they don't at all think about how everything is coming, how these facilities are given to me, how this air, water, fire, ether, everything is created. They are not worried about that. They are only worried to lord it over the material nature. They only want to become lord and enjoyer. And atheists, they are behind crucifying or blaspheming the devotees and all. So for them, the Lord has expanded as Virata form, universal form. At least in their life, at least once they will appreciate the universal form of the Lord. And by this, so we can see how Lord is so merciful, even to the atheists and materialists. So by meditating on this universal form, even by appreciating a mango tree or a mango fruit or the taste of the mango, an atheist can get a benefit by appreciating it. Although he is not directly appreciating it, he is appreciating the taste, the material taste of the mango, form of the mango and the tree, but he will gradually get progressed slowly. So in another two verses, actually this verse is like a summary verse. In another two verses, another one verse, chapter is going to end. And the conclusion is that one who meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, concentrates, and who alone distributes himself in so many manifestations, just as ordinary person create thousands of manifestations in the dream, one must concentrate the mind on him and the only all blissful absolute truth. Otherwise, one will be misled and will cause his own degradation. So in this world, everybody has to think about something. Their mind should be concentrated on something. So for the materialist and atheist, even for devotees, even for Kanishtadhikari devotees, beginners, they should have some concentration. They should concentrate on something on the other. So better to concentrate on the universal form. Although it is material form, but Srila Prabhupada also writes here that because they are unable to accept the personal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Lord is kind enough to demonstrate his Virata feature of his transcendental form. So it is a Virata feature of his transcendental form. So it is unending. It is unlimited, as we can see in the translation. One who seriously desires liberation concentrates his mind on this form of the Lord, because there is nothing more than this in this material world. So there is nothing more than this. And this is for the materialist and the beginners, I mean the Kanishtadikaris and atheists. And therefore one is advised to think of the Lord by thinking of any part of his gigantic body. And by one's intelligence only one can think of him, think of any manifestation of the material world. The forests, the hills, you can see the forests are so beautiful, and everywhere greenery, and small waterfalls. So by appreciating that, the hills are so beautiful. And the ocean is unlimited. Can anyone measure the ocean? No. The man, the animal, the demigod, the bird, the beast, or anything else, each and every item of the material manifestation entails a part of the body of the gigantic form, and thus the flickering mind can be fixed in the Lord only and nothing else. So, in this material world, everyone's mind is flickering actually. Flickering to accept different things. If something, if someone finds something, something very amazing or something very mystic, immediately he believes that. Immediately he goes to that. And after reaching there, if he understands, this is not what I was searching for, then again he starts searching, again he starts researching. Just like in the Western world, people were searching after proper spiritual life, proper spiritual path. So many of them, they were behind taking this marijuana, drugs, and they feel that ecstasy and they think this is spiritual ecstasy. And then later they have understood that no, this is not actually spiritual. By this, I am actually stressed by this. So they are again searching, and they find some so-called yogi, who teach some yoga, mysticism, and then they go there. And even after not getting satisfied there, many devotees, they say like this, devotees who came to Krishna consciousness, who were searching for the spiritual path, proper spiritual path. When they come to the Krishna consciousness, they say, when I came to Krishna consciousness, when I took prasadam, then I was satisfied. And then I was filled. Then I was not searching for anything else, because I'm happy and blissful here. So actually everyone in this material world is searching after proper spiritual path, without any knowledge, without any proper understanding. But they are searching actually. It's not that people who are going to Sai Baba, they are not searching. They are also actually searching. But because they are controlled by their material senses and mind, they are unable to go on. They are settled. They are trying to be settled there. They are unable to go on. But the real spiritual bliss and happiness we get when we come to Krishna consciousness. When you come to Krishna consciousness, then we are completely happy and blissful. Then we start to dance in the kirtan. Then when we take in the beginning, when we take up the Krishna consciousness, when we take the Japamala, now we don't want to leave it. We keep on chanting. We get such a taste. Because this is the problem. I have been here. From the beginning, many people, they started coming, and many, after some time, they started chanting Hare Krishna. They started putting tilak. Of course, here in our temple every day, many people, they come and first thing they go and they put tilak. It's very nice. And gradually, they're getting association, they're joining Bhakti Vriksha programs, and they're joining the youth programs. You can see that they're becoming devotees. Because here we get complete satisfaction, complete bliss. And this is what we are searching for actually. So, and our purpose also is to take this message outside. As Srila Prabhupada said, we have to distribute books and preach this message. Jare dako, tare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. Wherever we go, whomever we see, we have to preach about Krishna. That is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. Sarvatra prachar habe mora naam. So go and preach everywhere about my name, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So it's each and every one of everyone's duty to preach about this message that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ete chamsa kalapumsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Hare Krishna. I will conclude here. Any comments, questions?
So, the Big Bang Theory says
Yes.
everything is expanding, but हम कभी नहीं देखते हैं कि हमारा भूमि एक्सपैंड हो रहा है. अच्छा है मेरा जमीन 1 एकड़ था, so 2 साल के बाद 2 एकड़ बन गया. हमारा 2000 यार्ड है तो 4000 यार्ड हो गया. कहाँ एक्सपैंड हो रहा है कुछ तो दिखता नहीं. एंड वो लोग बोलते देयर इज एविडेंस. व्हाट एविडेंस? they don't present that evidence. So, is it really a convincing evidence? No, when the distance between planets and stars increases, why not there is distance between point 1 and point increases? See, the point 1, point 2 also should increase, right? Universe is expanding, then everything should get expanded. So, how you are measuring the distance between planet and planet is so difficult for me to understand, but I can measure this distance. So, they are presenting which you never understand, so you cannot even argue. ऐसा problem है. So very much, so many inferences are taken when you are measuring the distances between the planets. But you don't need, like directly also we can measure some of the distances. Yeah, that is increasing. So the star, how, like, what is the time frame in which we are measuring? Like, they are all talking in terms of light years or 1000 light years, 10,000 light years, like that. So in that distance, your lifespan is only maybe 60, 70 years, or maybe the astronomy that we have developed, the life of astronomy that we have developed, modern astronomy, maximum 100 years. So you are talking the scale of millions of light years sometimes. And in that 100 years, how much difference you will see. So much of inference is there, and somebody theorize something, and then other people will support, and then they'll all say, yeah, Jai, 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 like that. So it's really, we don't know. It's very difficult. If that is the logic, then there must be some difference in our planet Earth also. हमारा जमीन पे बढ़ जाना चाहिए. हमको खरीदना पड़ता है.
That's right. Thank you very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय।